Good morning. We will start the topic. Okay, very good. You can see the board properly, right? Fine. Okay, fine. So yesterday we started with properties of colloids. Okay, so today we will try to complete the properties. So properties of colloids. Yesterday we have already discussed two important properties. Those were the Brownian moment and Tyndall effect, right? And we have kept the heading on charge of colloidal particles, right? So having a charge is another property of colloids. So let everyone join. We will start. So we will discuss about charge on colloidal particles. So it means the heading only will tell us that the colloidal particles are charged. See here, you have to remember that colloidal particles means it is dp particles. It means it is a solute particles, right? So whenever I use the word colloidal particles, it means that I'm talking about dp particles, that is solute particles. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is colloidal particles. Colloidal particles. Say in common words, colloidal particles means which particles here? dp. Okay, dp particles, which is nothing but the solute particles, have charge. They actually have charge. They have either positive charge or they may have negative charge. But dp particles definitely must have charge. Only then colloidal solution can be stable. Only then colloidal solution can be stable. Okay, clear everyone? This point is very, very important. Okay, say copy the point here. The second point that I'm writing is very, very important. Okay, that is stability of colloidal solution is due to the charge on dp particles. Okay, so because there is some charge on dp particles, either it can be positive charge or it can be negative charge. It is because of this charge, colloidal solution can have stability. If this charge is not there, colloidal solution cannot stay in a stable form. And now I'll tell you why this charge is giving a stability for colloidal solution. Okay, so dp particles ಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ರೇನೆ ಆ ಕೊಲೈಡಲ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so ಅದಕ್ಕೆ reason I am going to tell you why you are getting stability for colloidal solution due to this charge. Adike reason is very interesting. Try to observe here. Say imagine you have a colloidal solution. So dispersion medium is there. Some dispersion medium is there. Say and here and there colloidal particles are there. Colloidal particles are there. And we know that colloidal particles must continuously. Colloidal particles means what? dp particles. So these are our dp particles. So always I told you colloidal particles anta ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು that I'm talking about dp particles. Okay, so you have dp particles dispersed in tm medium, dispersion medium. And what is the nature of these particles? These particles continuously must move. Yes or no? They should not stay in one place and they will not settle at the bottom. They continuously, randomly move in a solution. That is one of the important property of colloidal solution. Okay, say imagine if all the particles were having a positive charge. Okay, imagine these particles around them if they have a positive charge. Okay, so this particle also has a positive charge. Every particle, every colloidal particle. Okay, let me shade colloidal particle this way. So this shaded particle is a colloidal particle. On this you have a positive charge. Positive charge, what do you observe? Repulsion you will observe. Okay, so it is this repulsion which is keeping colloidal particles away from each other. Okay, so avu combine agade ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ? ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರೋ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ. Okay, so that has to be there. They should not combine with one another. Okay? Imagine if they combine with one another, what would happen? It will become precipitate and it will settle at the bottom. Okay na? So ivaga colloidal particles ondukkondu combine agbitre it becomes very big and finally they will go at the bottom of a beaker and they will settle. The particles will not roam here and there. Yes or no? That is the reason when they have a charge, in case if this charge is there, no, this charge keeps the colloidal particles away from each other. Okay, so charge, what I can say, very important point, charge keeps the colloidal particles away from each other. Away from each other. Okay, due to repulsion. Due to repulsion. Okay, so this gives stability to colloidal solution. Stability to colloidal solution. Okay, here and see all particles will have same charge. See one particle positive charge, another particle ke negative charge iralla. Okay, so all particles will have same charge. So this is one colloidal particle having a positive charge around. This is another colloidal particle having a positive charge around. So two positive charges or two negative charges, same charges, when they come near, attraction will not take place, repulsion agutte. Okay, so this way colloidal particles stay away from each other. When they stay away from each other, they continuously move in a solution and they won't combine with each other. When they don't combine with each other, there is no precipitation. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ stability of colloidal solution andre precipitate agde irodu. Okay, if the colloidal solution is not undergoing any precipitation andre one molecule combining with another molecule and settling at the bottom as big molecules, adu precipitation. Adu agde idre avaga we say that colloidal solution is more stable. Okay, stability ke reason is having a charge. Okay, so definitely every dp particle must possess some charge. Only then colloidal solution can be stable. Okay na? Understood what is the importance of having charge on colloidal particles? So yaake charge irbeku colloidal particles mele annodu artha aita? Yes, very good. Okay, very nice, fine. So hagagi every dp particle, every colloid, adu yavade type of colloid agirli, dp particles must definitely have some charge and all the particles must have same charge. So this is very important. If one particle has a positive charge, remaining dp particles also must have a positive charge. Only then repulsion happens, right? Only when repulsion happens, they can stay away from each other. Okay, you can avoid the combination of dp particles. Okay, ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಬಾರದು. That is what our aim. ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ದೂರ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದೂರದಲ್ಲೇ they should keep on moving. So ಅವು ದೂರ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ what you have to do? You have to create a same charge on every dp particle. Okay, so you must create same charge on every dp particles. Okay, so that is the reason charge must be there on every dp particle, right? So now we understood that DP particles have charge. All DP particles in a solution will have same charge. Okay, because they have same charge, repulsion you will observe. Because they have same charge, repulsion you will observe. Because there is a repulsion, you will observe the stability of colloidal solution. Okay, so now we will try to understand how this charge can be created. Charge idre solution hege stable ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು I explained so far. Okay, ivaga what I'm telling you to explain is how actually we can create this charge. A charge hege develop agutte. When you prepare a colloidal solution, charge development, how the charge is created on DP particles. Adana explain ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. And that is really very important. Try to understand carefully. Okay, so concept idu artha ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು very important. Okay, rather than by heart, if there is nothing to by heart, there is no definition as such. Idu ಒಂದು entire concept ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Okay, so first point is every DP particle will have a charge and they will have same charge. ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ positive charge ಇದ್ರೆ all of them will have positive charge. ಈ charge ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is very much necessary for the stability of colloidal solution. And how it is a reason for stability, I explain. And now how charge is created on colloidal particles. That is what I'm telling you. So shall I wrap the entire thing? Shall I wrap entire thing? Let us study about how charge is created on DP particles. Okay, very good. How I'm explaining you about how charge created on DP particles. So this is what the concept I'm explaining you. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. This is really very important. More than PUC, so for competitive examinations, it's very much essential to understand the concept. Okay, so slow agi hogtini. Listen with utmost concentration. Fine. See here, I'll go with one example. Okay, I'm trying to prepare one colloidal solution. Right. So example. Example one. See, I am adding AgNO3 to KI solution. So whatever adding AgNO3, I am adding to which? To KI solution. That means in a beaker, I have a KI solution. Okay, so this is our KI solution. And to this, maybe 1 spoonful of AgNO3 I am adding. 1 spoonful of AgNO3 I am adding. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬಹುದು which one can be a solvent. Okay, AgNO3 1 spoon, just very little. I am adding on to KI. I took it in a beaker. And can you tell me which one can act as a solvent here? Among AgNO3 and KI, which one can act as a solvent? Elru answer madbeku. Yes, very good. KI is a solvent. Agree, right? So KI is our solvent. Okay, so in colloidal language, solvent is also called as dispersion medium. That means our KI is DM, that is dispersion medium. Okay, so illi nimage artha aitu. AgNO3 is actually the thing which you are adding on to KI. And then you actually have excess of KI. And compared to the amount of AgNO3 and KI, which is in excess, KI is excess. Tumba amount of KI is there. Okay. Still, AgNO3 is not a DP. AgNO3 is not a dispersion phase. Listen, illond reaction agutte. Okay. Say AgNO3, when I add, okay, let me write the reaction here. Let me show you the reaction here. Okay. AgNO3. Okay, this was very much little. When I added to KI much, it is in excess. Okay, you will get a reaction. You will get a product AgI. Okay, you know ionic reaction now. Okay, positive Ag is positive. Okay, Ki only, I is a negative. So positive ion of this compound reacts with negative ion of this. So in the one actually AgI will get plus byproduct is KNO3. Okay, clear? And AgNO3, the moment it goes into Ki, immediately that AgNO3 gets converted into AgI. So ನಿಮ್ಮ solution ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? You are adding AgNO3, no doubt. That AgNO3 is reacting with Ki and you are getting AgI. So these AgI particles are solute particles. The AgI particles are there now. Their size will be between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. So which is your dp particle? AgI is a dp particle. Okay, so your AgI is a dp particle. Okay, not AgNO3, not AgNO3. AgNO3 dp particle alla. Since Ki we took it in a large excess extent, I can consider Ki as dm. Okay, very little amount of AgNO3 you took and it has reacted with some amount of Ki. It had reacted only with some amount of Ki. ಎಲ್ಲಾ Ki reaction ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ ಹೌದಾ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ Ki ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. Okay, AgNO3 ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಕಡಿಮೆ, right? So ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು AgNO3 ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ Ki's, equal number of Ki's could have reacted. So some extra amount of Ki would be there in a solution, definitely, right? So you will get the formation of AgI. So these AgI molecules are quite bigger. Okay, so they are your dp particles. Understood? So here, can you tell me which is a dp particle and which is a dm particle again? So now AgI. What is that AgI? Yes, AgI is a dp particle. And Km remains as a dm particle. Km is, sorry, Ki is too much. Okay, yeah, KNO3 solution hage irutte. Somebody is asking me, what happens for KNO3? KNO3 solution alli hage irutte. It will not go anywhere. Okay, actually that will stay as an impurity. That will stay as an impurity. Okay, na? So this way one colloidal solution be prepared. Okay, so when AgNO3 is added to Ki, we got AgI. This AgI particles are dispersed in Ki. Okay, here Ki is a dispersion medium. Fine, right? Very nice. Okay, and now this Ki is there now. It is there in a larger extent in a solution because that's a solvent. That a solvent is always in excess, right? Solvent will always be present in a larger amount. So this Ki is the best electrolyte. Ki agiralla. Okay, it will break down. It will be present in the form of K plus and I minus. It will be present in the form of K plus and I minus. Okay. Now K plus ions are not necessary. I minus ions would be necessary. Okay, so I minus ions would be valid. Okay, so Ki, it is an electrolyte. It is an ionic compound. So adu hegirutte solution alli. It could have dissociated into K plus and I minus. So I minus ions, Ki is given. Okay, and this I minus ion is common, right? AgI also as I. So the common ion, this common ion, whatever I minus is there now, that will get absorbed. Okay, this I minus will get absorbed on dp particles. I minus ion gets absorbed on dp particles. Okay, so that is the reason. That is the reason you will have, see, on all dp particles I minus ion, not just I minus. I is having a negative charge, no? So now just negative charge on the indicate particle. So this is how charge is created on dp particles. This is how charge is created on dp particles. Okay, got to know? Hege charge form aaytu? Solvent is in excess. Solvent alliro one of the ion which is actually common. Okay, which is actually common with the dp particle. That ion will get absorbed on dp particle. A common ion ಏನಿದೆಯೋ solvent ಅಲ್ಲಿ ion absorb ಆಗುತ್ತೆ on the surface of dp particle. Okay, ion the charge ಏನಿದೆಯೋ that would be the charge of dp particle. Here iodine ion which is a common with AgI. AgI ಅಲ್ಲಿ iodine ಇದೆ. Only the common ion can get absorbed. It is not K plus that is going and absorbing. It is iodine ion that is going and absorbing. It has to be a common ion. Okay, so iodine has a negative charge. So whatever the charge of ion, that will be the charge of dp particles. That will be the charge of dp particles. Okay, so now this AgI, it is negatively charged. We say it is negatively charged because I minus ions to absorb agide surface mele. Okay, that is why the dp particle is getting a negative charge. Clear? Say that is the reason AgI is called as negative sol. It is an example of negative sol. Okay, so why it is a negative sol? Because negative ion got absorbed. ಯಾಕೆ I minus absorb ಆಗಿದೆ? Because AgI ಅಲ್ಲಿ iodine ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ion ಹೋಗಿ absorb ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ that has to be a common ion. ಯಾವ ion ಹೋಗಿ absorb ಆಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. It must sync with the ions of this particle. Okay, either Ag can go and absorb or iodine can go and absorb. Here Ag is not there in a solution. Iodine is there in a dispersion medium. So iodine is going and absorbing. Clear? So yes, charge depends on dispersion medium. Okay, so dispersion medium melene charge depend agutte because the ion of dispersion medium itself is absorbing on dp particles. Okay, clear everyone? Okay, so this is how the charge is created. Right? Fine. Very good. And you know, this kind of absorption is called as preferential absorption of ions. Preferential. Okay, this way of creating a charge is called as preferential absorption of ions. In process now, we will call it as preferential absorption of ions. Okay, so when question is asked how charge is created on dp particle, then answer is it is due to preferential absorption of ion. Okay, so ಯಾವ ion ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ion absorb ಆಗಲ್ಲ. The common ion whichever is there in a DM, you know, that will go and absorb on dp particle. Okay, whatever the charge possessed by that ion, that will be the charge of dp particles. That will be the charge of dp particles. Okay, ಕೆಲವರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ KnO3 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. KnO3 ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. KnO3 ನಲ್ಲಿ K ion ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ NGI ಜೊತೆಗೆ, NO3 ion ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಆ ions ಹೋಗಿ absorb ಆಗಲ್ಲ. absorb ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಸಿಂಕ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Okay, Ag ion absorb ಆಗಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲ I minus ion absorb ಆಗಬಹುದು AgI ಮೇಲೆ. Okay, it's not K plus, it's not you know NO3, it's not any ion. It can be Ag or it can be iodine that can go and absorb. Okay, but Ag ion is not there in dispersion medium. Dispersion medium has I minus ion. That is why I minus ion is absorbing on AgI. Okay, yes, KnO3 is present as impurity. KnO3 ಒಂದು impurity ಆಗಿ ಉಳಿದಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so this is how colloidal solution ನಲ್ಲಿ colloidal particles will have a charge. So they will develop a very special charge. Clear? Somebody is asking, ma'am, here which is a colloidal? This entire solution is a colloidal solution, yeah. Actually, AgI particles are dispersion phase and Ki is a dispersion medium. The AgI particles mele Ki alliro iodine ions So that is how charge is there. This entire thing is a colloidal particle. Okay, AgI is a colloidal particle. On that, charge is developed by this method. Okay, so this entire method we call with the name preferential adsorption of ion. Okay, preferential adsorption of ion. Is the concept clear? How a charge is created on AgI? Okay, so this is the best example. Somebody is asking what is the full form of Ki? Story ella heladmele full form of Ki eno? What is Ki? What is Ki? Potassium iodide. Huh? Fine. Clear? And now one more situation. Second example I'll give you. I'm giving you the second example. Shall I erase everything? And second example, you are going to help me that which charge you will get on DP particle and which ion gets absorbed. Okay, second example, you are helping me out. And you are writing in your books on your own. And you are trying to predict what charge is created, how. Okay, fine. Very good. So example 2. Example 2. I'll just tell you what is added to what. Okay, I'm going to help you out. Which one is added to which medium? Okay, then remaining story you are telling me. Okay. Second example, listen carefully. Ki here now Ki is added to X's, Ag and O3. Can you tell me what is a colloidal solution I get? Okay, and what charge will it has? What somebody is asking me why adsorption of ion takes place. It is the nature of DP particles. DP particles to size big ide, surface provide madutte, surface area ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ definitely ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ions or particles ಇದ್ರೆ adsorption ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That's the nature of adsorption. Okay, see ನಾನು second example I told you. Ki is added to X's, Ag and O3. That means, can you tell me which is the dispersion medium here? Okay, say in a beaker, what can be taken as dispersion medium? What can be taken as dispersion medium? Yes, very good. Ag and O3 can be taken as dispersion medium. Very nice. Okay, then I have added what? I have added little of Ki. Little of Ki. Can you write the reaction? Can you write the reaction? Yes, let me write the reaction here. Say now Ki is added to Ag and O3. So what is the product I get? Like previous case, I get the product AgI and KNO3. So which is the DP particle that is formed? The moment you added Ki, what is the DP particle that is formed? DP particle is your AgI. DP particle is your AgI. And can you tell me which ion can adsorb on this AgI now? Your dispersion medium now is AgNO3. Yes, very good, very good. Dispersion medium ivaga AgNO3 ಆಯಿತು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ AgNO3 ನಾವು larger extent ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, right? Okay. So ಈ AgNO3 ನಲ್ಲಿ Ag ions. Ag ions are always positive ions. Okay. So which is a common ion? Ag and NO3 ನಲ್ಲಿ common ion ಯಾವುದು that can match with the DP particle? It is Ag. So on a DP particle, which ion is adsorbing? Yes, definitely Ag plus ion will adsorb. So what is the charge developed on a DP particle? Positive charge or negative charge? What is the charge developed on DP particle? Positive charge or negative charge? Very good, very good. Okay, so here DP particle will develop positive charge. Okay, because the common ion here is Ag. Ag is positive charge. Ag has positive charge. Okay, so this AgI now is positively charged. This AgI now is positively charge. Okay, previous case alli that AgI was negatively charged. Yakandre alli Ki was taken as a dispersion medium. Here AgNO3 is taken as a dispersion medium. So you know positively charged AgI you will get. So now this is positive salt. Now AgI can be an example of positive salt. Okay, so whenever you add little Ki with excess AgNO3, DP particle that you get is AgI, no doubt, but definitely it will stay in positive nature. Okay, so it is an example of positive salt. Okay, but if opposite happens, you get AgI only, but with a negative sign. Okay, fine. And few one question somebody asked you, somebody is asking that why KNO3 cannot be a DP particle. Okay, because KNO3 particles size is below 1 nanometer. Okay, if you are considering something as DP particles, its size must match. It must come under 1 nanometer to 40 nanometer. So no. Yes, AgI's size will fall under this range. That's why AgI I am considering as DP particle. Okay, whereas KNO3 it will be there in a solution. KNO3 will be there in a solution and it is present as impurity. Okay, so here KNO3 is present as impurity. That's it. Clear? So this is how charge is formed. See, how do we come to know whether this particle has this size, that size? That is all can come to know by experiments. Okay, adella through experiments you will come to know. Okay, so yava particle ge yava size idi anta. Fine. So that's all about preferential adsorption of ions. So this way of creating a charge is called preferential adsorption of ions. Very important word. Underline that word, which you might have written previously, right? Underline the word preferential adsorption of ions. Okay, so what is preferential adsorption of ion? Adsorption of a common ion, adsorption of a common ion from DM particle onto DP particle. Okay, DM particles in the one of the ion is going to DP particle and there it is absorbing, it is settling on a surface. That's the reason charge is created. Ion ki yava charge that is the charge of DP particle, right? So that is how the charge is created. So that's all about the property called charge. Okay, so is the concept clear? ಕೆಲವರು once again ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಎಲಾಬರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆರೆಟ್ ಸಲ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. The problem with you all is you are not listening with concentration. Okay, so ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. See, AgI ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು DP particle. Okay, ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ AgNO3 DM particle. AgNO3 ನಲ್ಲಿ Ag ions ಇದೆ. Okay, ಈ Ag ions are common ions. ನೋಡಿ AgI ಅನ್ನು Ag ಇದೆ. Okay, ಈ ತರ common ions ಇದ್ದಾಗ dispersion medium ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ions ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ions ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆಯೋ that is considered as a charge of DP particle. Okay, absorb ಆಗಿರೋ ions ಗೆ ಏನು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ DP particles ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. Okay, that's it. The preferable adsorption of ion ಗೆ definition they are asking. Yes, this is also preferable adsorption. Preferable adsorption means what? Adsorption of common ion onto a DP particle. That's what happened here also, no? Ag was a common ion adsorbed on DP particle. Always charge is created by preferential adsorption of ions only. Okay, okay. Now let us take the definition of preferential adsorption of ion. Okay, I'll erase the entire thing. I'll erase. Okay, so erase ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Now take a definition of preferential preferential adsorption of ion, because the charge formation is due to preferential adsorption of ion. So if definition will not be asked for PU point of view, just say for competitive point of view, you must know what exactly it means. Concept you must know, it's not the definition, but still you are asking, I'm giving one definition. Okay, adsorption of common ion from dispersion medium onto dp particle. This creates a charge on dp particle, that is colloidal particle. Okay, so this is what we call preferential adsorption of ion. Okay, so preferential adsorption of ion. So that's all about the charge on colloidal particles. Okay, did everybody write down this sentence? I'll erase and I'll give you few examples of positive sols and negative sols. Okay, few examples you note it down for positive sols and negative sols. Shall I erase this? Very good. So take down a table here, make two columns, take down examples of positive sol. Examples of negative sol. Okay, few sols can be stable only if they have a negative charge, and few sols can be stable only if they have a positive charge. Okay, so let us see a few examples for positive sol and negative sol. Examples of negative sol. Take down. First example. Say positive sols example. Metal hydrated, all hydrated metal oxides can be an example. Actually, you PUC point of view as to jasti kelala, but it's very important for competitive point of view. Okay, so this is very important for competitive exams. PUC very rarely they ask. So far they didn't ask to give an example for positive and negative sol. Okay. Hydrated metal oxide. Example is Al2O3.XH2O. Something. Any hydrated metal oxide can be an example. Next one, second one. Metal hydroxides. Metal hydroxides is another. Any metal hydroxide like ferric hydroxide, FeOH thrice can be an example for positive sol. And very important example is blood. Blood is an example of positive sol. Blood means that hemoglobin. Hemoglobin which is present in a blood is a colloidal particle. Hemoglobin is a colloidal particle. Okay, so that is an example of positive sol. So these are the three examples you must remember. And coming to examples of negative sol. First one, metal sols. Any metal sols can be an example for negative sol. That means gold sol, silver sol, any metal sols are examples under negative sol. And the second one is metal sulfide sols. Metal sulfide sols like arsenic sulfide. Arsenic sulfide is an example for metal sulfide. Okay, and then third one, gum, gelatin, clay. All these are examples of negatives. Okay, so ಇದು just for competitive point of view, PUC ಗೆ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ they didn't ask anything on this particular concept. Okay, since it's there in a textbook, I have given, right? So copy it and keep. Copy it. See, all these things, all these colloidal solutions are most stable if they have positive charge. Okay, and all these examples, they are most stable if they have negative charge actually. So that's the reason positive solve, negative solve we say. Okay, shall I erase? We'll go for the next concept. Okay, fine, very good. Okay. Gelatin is some sticky chemical substance. Okay, so gelatin is a sticky chemical substance. Gelatin. Normally, gelatin is used in bakeries, right? It's used for making cakes, etc. Anyway, fine. Now, one more very important concept. Take the heading. Take the heading. Precipitation. Precipitation. Or it can also be called as coagulation. Coagulation of colloids. Precipitation or coagulation of colloids is what we are going to study. Okay, and this precipitation or coagulation is also called with the name flocculation. Flocculation. Okay, so precipitation or coagulation of colloids is called as, it's also called as flocculation. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 words, same meaning. Precipitation andru onde, coagulation andru onde, flocculation andru onde. Okay, fine. So what do you mean by this precipitation? How this precipitation is caused is what we have to study. Okay, so can you be able to think of how precipitation is caused? ನೀವು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದಿದೀರಾ, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ, ರೈಟ್? Yes, it's nothing but clock. Okay. Of how you can make precipitate from colloidal solution, how you can bring clotting of DP particles. Huh? Can anyone? Yes, how precipitation can be done? Excess DP. Yes, by attraction of DP. Somebody told, very good. By removal of charges. Since charge is common for all DP particles, repulsion is happening between them. So see, this is one DP particle, this is one DP particle. Around this positive charge is there, around this positive charge is there. Because of this same charge, they stay away from each other, they move away from each other, they won't combine. See, precipitate aagbekanದ್ರೆ they should combine. What do you mean by precipitation? Clotting. When does clotting occurs? When one DP particle combines with another DP particle, clotting occurs. That process only we will call it as precipitation. So ಈ precipitation ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು combine ಆಗಬೇಕು DP particles. ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು combine ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು attract ಆಗಬೇಕು. So when they will attract? When you remove the charge. When you remove the charge, isn't it? Okay, so how do you remove a charge is what we are going to study. Okay, very good. Say when you remove the charge, say this is the DP particle, all were having positive charge around them, all were having positive charge around them. So because of this charge, because there is too much of repulsion and they move away from each other. But the moment I remove a charge, if there is no charge on a DP particle, they will combine with one another and they will become big dots and they will settle at the bottom of a beaker, and that's what we call it as precipitate. So when I remove a charge on all DP particles, they will come close. Okay, they will combine with each other and they will settle as a precipitate at the bottom. So my big question is, how do you remove a charge? Okay, if they were having some charge, how do you remove? First the charge will remove only then they can combine and become a precipitate. Okay, but how do you remove a charge? By adding a suitable electrolyte. Okay, so you will remove a charge by adding a suitable electrolyte. This is really very important. Yeah, somebody is asking, ma'am, opposite charge thing when added, it can combine and it becomes a precipitate. Yes, that is also one of the way. Okay, but the best way of making precipitate is by adding a suitable electrolyte to a colloidal solution. When you add a suitable electrolyte, charge will get removed, so they will combine with each other and they will settle as a precipitate. Okay, so first let me give you a definition for flocculation or granulation or precipitation. Okay, so what actually we mean by flocculation in the form of definition is, take down the definition for flocculation. Flocculation, or it can also be called as coagulation, or it can also be called as precipitation. Okay, so take a definition. Process of converting colloidal solution into precipitate is called flocculation. Okay. Okay, one different, sorry. A colloidal solution into a precipitate by adding, how do you bring precipitation? By adding a suitable electrolyte is called flocculation. That's it. Clear? So that is about flocculation. So you are converting colloidal solution into precipitate. How? By adding suitable electrolyte. Is called flocculation. So by adding suitable electrolyte, you are actually removing the charge. You are actually removing a charge. Peptization is different. Don't get confused. Okay, peptization is completely different. Adu, it's just opposite. Peptization alli precipitate is converted into colloidal solution. Illi colloidal solution is converted into precipitate. How? By adding, here also by adding suitable electrolyte. There also by adding suitable electrolyte. Okay, but here suitable electrolyte is added to remove a charge. Okay, there in peptization, suitable electrolyte was added to create a charge actually. Okay, just this is opposite to peptization. Very good. So now we will go for the remaining concept under this. So how which electrolyte I can add to which colloidal solution? You know, that idea we should have, right? So when you have a particular colloidal solution, how I can remove charge? By adding which electrolyte I can remove a charge? Which is the best electrolyte that helps in removal of charge? Only when the charge is removed, precipitate formation takes place, right? So one more point you take down here. Electrolyte is added. Why we add electrolyte is? Electrolyte's importance I'm telling you. Electrolyte is added to remove a charge on dp particles. To remove a charge on dp particles. Okay, so when charge removed on dp particles, what happens? Attraction takes place. Can you all see the board now? Yes, attraction takes place. If attraction takes place, precipitation occurs. Precipitation, that means colloidal particles will combine with each other and precipitation occurs. That's all. This is the importance of adding electrolyte. Okay? So this is why electrolyte is added. Okay, when you add electrolyte, charge will be removed from DP particle. Once the charge is removed, DP particles will come close together, they'll combine with each other and they will settle as a precipitate at the bottom. Clear? Fine. Now, I'm going for one more important rule. Is everything clear? Shall I wrap the entire thing? Everyone? So everyone copied this? Okay, very good. Shall I wrap? Okay, very nice. And now, very important concept. Very important. Under precipitation itself, this is under precipitation only we are studying. See here, if we have a positive soil, okay, if positive charge is there on a DP particle, it's a DP particle. On this, positive charge is there. Okay, so this is our DP particles with positive charge. Positive charge. Okay. So to precipitate DP particles with positive charge, remember here, to precipitate DP particles with positive charge, okay, negative ion of electrolyte is helpful. Okay, clear? So to precipitate this, I need to add some electrolyte. I need to add some electrolyte. Electrolyte means we all know it will have a positive charge as well as negative charge. Okay. Say when you have a positive colloid, okay, DP particles with a positive charge means what? Positive colloid. So when you have a positive colloidal solution, you know, on adding electrolyte, precipitation takes place, no doubt. But in an electrolyte, you have both a positive ion and a negative ion. So which ion is responsible to bring the precipitation here? Negative ion is responsible. Okay, negative ion is responsible. Say for example, I added an electrolyte NaCl. Okay, say here NaCl on going into this solution, it will break down as Na plus and Cl minus. Okay, since positive things are there on the surface of colloidal particles, it will combine with the negative ion of electrolyte. It will combine with negative ion of electrolyte. Okay, say positive charge can combine with negative ion of electrolyte. So that is how the charge is finally removed. When this positive guys went for reacting with chlorine, then on DP particle you will not find any charge. This is will be removed from DP particles. Okay, so this is how electrolyte is helping to remove the charge on DP particles. Clear? So to precipitate a positive colloid, which ion of electrolyte is responsible? Negative ion of electrolyte is responsible. Negative ion of electrolyte is responsible. Similarly, second point. To precipitate negative colloid, can you tell me? You will add electrolyte, but which ion of electrolyte is responsible here? If you want to bring the precipitation of negative colloid, okay, electrolyte add ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, which ion of electrolyte is responsible? Very good, positive ion. Very good. So positive ion of electrolyte is responsible. Positive ion of electrolyte is responsible. Okay, so this is really very important concept you must understand. So ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲೈಟ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಬಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಅಯಾನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಗೆ? ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, because it is the negative ion that can remove a positive charge, right? Similarly, if you want to precipitate a negative colloid, which ion is responsible? Positive ion, because positive ion only can remove the negative charge on dp particles. So once the charge is removed, the next process you all know, they will combine with each other, and they will settle as a precipitate. Okay, clear everyone? Fine. And here we will study one important rule called Hardy-Schedule rule. Okay, Hardy-Schedule rule. Okay, so this we will discuss tomorrow. Can you tell me how much is the time left? It's time up. Huh? Okay, so Hardy-Schedule rule ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So try to revise this concept once again, and tomorrow we will go for this Hardy rule. Just schedule ಅನ್ನೋ pronunciation ಕಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೆ just go for Hardy rule. Go on telling Hardy rule. Okay, clear? Is the concept clear? Idu clear aita everyone? This is really very important, because to understand Hardy rule, this is very important. Very good. ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ನ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ ಅ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಕೊಲೈಡ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರೂಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್. ಟುಮಾರೋ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. Okay, so revise the concept. Today's concept is really very important for both PUC as well as competitive exams. Okay, so and the notes you have to keep it in WhatsApp group. So you people are not writing or you're forgetting. I don't know what is the reason. I'm not getting chemistry notes in WhatsApp group. All subjects notes itta idira. Maybe now astu strict illa anta lenience tagolta idero enu gottilla. Okay, so I'm not finding any chemistry notes in the WhatsApp groups. So chemistry notes idbeku everyone, and today's concept is really very important. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. Okay, few are sending. I'm talking about the people who are not sending. Okay, maximum of you are not sending. Very few are sending. That's the problem. Fine. We will end today. Tomorrow we will meet.